Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and to continue with my month-long October Halloween-A-thon, which I started in the previous video talking about John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978. Today I'm going to talk about Halloween 2, More from the Night He Came Home, released in 1981. Halloween 2 picks up pretty much directly where the original left off. Michael Myers has just been on the receiving end of 6 hot slugs from Dr. Loomis, although it's 7 if you count at the beginning of Halloween 2, sending him plummeting out of the Doyle residence and down into the yard below. Laurie Strode, played again by Jamie Lee Curtis, is whisked away to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital to have her wounds bandaged. Michael Myers discovers that she is there, and he begins stalking her, as well as the skeleton crew, consisting of like one doctor, a nurse, some orderlies, and a couple of paramedics, through the dark, abandoned corridors of Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. And Halloween 2 is memorable for fans for really a couple of reasons. One, the inflation of violence, as Tommy Lee Wallace called it. We have a far more violent, a far more bloody, a far more brutal film than the original Halloween, which was really kind of bloodless and didn't have a huge body count. Halloween 2 made up for that. And I think you have to keep in mind, the movie was released in 1981, 1 year after Friday the 13th, which really ushered in the era of not only the big body count movie, but of, you know, special effects guy, star of the show. So Halloween 2 sort of followed down that track. It's funny because the original Halloween was such an influence on the original Friday the 13th, and, you know, definitely you can see the influence in the inflation of violence in Halloween 2 that we saw in Friday the 13th. We've got the needle through the temple into the eyeball. We've got Pamela Susan Shoop's famous demise, nude demise, being drowned, scalded and drowned in the sauna, in the hot tub. We've got really the superfluous opening of the movie, the opening kill, which was actually shot after principal photography had wrapped, just to add another body to the body count, where Michael kills the girl, stabs her in the throat, and blood sprays. All just to add one more body to the body count. The movie's also memorable because it introduced the storyline that Laurie Strode was Michael Myers' sister, and Michael Myers' motive is basically just to wipe out his entire family. And that was a storyline that basically, excluding part 3, followed the series all the way up to Halloween Resurrection, way down the line. And even John Carpenter has admitted that, you know, that was just sort of lazy writing on his part. A long night, sort of creatively stifled, had a few drinks. I think you also have to keep in mind that it was also the year of Luke, I Am Your Father. So, Laurie, I Am Your Brother. We even have the flashback sequence of a young Laurie Strode visiting Michael Myers in the hospital or psychiatric facility, wherever it was, that she just, you know, she just managed to forget all that until now. And, oh yeah, he is my brother. Okay. But you've got pretty much the exact same crew from the original Halloween. You've got Dean Cundy, cinematographer. John Carpenter, Deborah Hill co-wrote the script, but they brought in a new director, Rick Rosenthal. And Halloween 2 looks quite a bit like the original Halloween. You've got a lot of the POVs, you've got a lot of, you know, the steady cam, you've got the big open Panavision widescreen lens on there. But something about Halloween 2 that I've always really enjoyed is Halloween 2, the atmosphere. And I think it's the, you know, definitely when they get into the hospital. And I mean, the hospital, I mean, a hospital that big definitely wouldn't have, you know, such a small, you know, staff working. And, you know, the hallways would not be completely pitch black, but, you know, we can forget all that. That's, you know, we're bringing logic into a horror movie, and I hate it when people do that, so I can't believe I'm doing it now. But that's always sort of stood out to me. I was like, you know, huge hospital, very small staff, and like it's just pitch black inside. But anyway. The hospital sequences, all the stalking and the stuff with Michael Myers in the hospital, I don't know, it added just a really creepy, malevolent atmosphere to the film that's not really in the original Halloween. The original Halloween for me is really, it's about suspense. It's about John Carpenter tightening those screws. and really creating and building tension. Halloween 2 is really, like I said, you know, I really like that atmosphere about it, that, you know, there's just this dread. There's a new guy playing Michael Myers in the film that added to that sort of malevolent quality. Dick Warlock played the Shape, Michael Myers in the film, and his performance is very demonic, very malevolent, very stiff, almost robot-like. He seems very much almost as if guided by just some force. And it's odd because he's a far less human-like Michael Myers than the original Halloween, yet they've ascribed him a very, very human motive, which is sort of, you know, revenge, or he's, you know, he wants to kill his family for whatever reason. That's kind of odd. Now Halloween 2, as much as I really like it, it's in no way a perfect film. It's in no way on the level of the original Halloween. The writing is not nearly as good. The characters are not nearly as, you know, fleshed out. The dialogue is not nearly as good. I mean, the first half of the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty much in a daze. Pretty much, I mean, she's in a hospital bed in a daze. She spends the rest of the movie in a hospital gown, kind of crawling around, slugging around. She's got a horrible wig on. Of course, Donald Pleasance returns as, you know, Ahab to Michael's Moby Dick. That sounded kind of weird, but you know, hunting down Michael Myers yet again. Really, I mean, you know, Donald Pleasance is you know, a big, he's the glue to this series. I mean, he really is, and he went on, he made, you know, which I'm going to get into, all the way up to Halloween 6. He was really the glue that really kept the franchise together. It's not a perfect film by any stretch of the imagination, but it is. It's the Halloween film. It's one of the Halloween films that I find myself wanting to watch more often than even the original, and that's why I posted a blog post the other day on my blog, and I'll put a link in the description below. I asked people, what is your favorite Halloween? Not what you think is the best Halloween film in the series, but what is your favorite? What's the one that you reach for, that you want to watch more than any other Halloween? And Halloween 2 definitely ranks up there. And I do reach for it more often than the original. I think it is, you know, I don't know, that setting, that hospital setting, that I really like, and the fact that it's very dark, it's very deserted. You know, they were able to create this atmosphere of Michael Myers is everywhere. You know, in the suburbs of Haddonfield, he's behind every corner, he's in every shadow, he's behind every bush. In the hospital setting, he's in every room, he's in every hallway, he's in every shadow. I really think that's really cool, and again, you know, the atmosphere, the malevolence, there's just an evil quality to Halloween 2 that I really like quite a bit. And there was some production issues. John Carpenter stepped in at the end and did quite a few reshoots on the film, adding violence. I think the sequence at the beginning with Michael, you know, roaming through sort of the backyards of Haddonfield, that was all John Carpenter. That murder with the girl stabbed in the throat, as I mentioned before, that was John Carpenter. I think John Carpenter added a couple other more bloody death sequences in the film. It's not John Carpenter's best work, and he freely admits that in several interviews that I've read and seen from him. It actually took a little bit of legal wrangling to get John Carpenter associated with the film in any way as a producer and as a co-producer and a co-writer. Which, if you've got the Scream Factory Halloween 2 Collector's Edition Blu-ray, there's an excellent special featurette on there where they talk about the making of the film, and really great stuff on that disc. But yeah, that's Halloween 2. I like it a lot. It's nowhere near perfect, but it's one of my favorite Halloweens of the series. So definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of Halloween 2. Did I leave anything out? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it your favorite, least favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys soon with Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. So until then, you guys take it easy. Peace.